Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with Truth. I want to welcome you to my channel, all my lovers, haters, commenters, triggers, peaches, scallywags, each and every one of you. I want to welcome you to my channel. Well, you caught the title of this, but I think it's more of a focus on a leopard never changes its stripes. Some of you know I moved here from Vegas. I used to live in Vegas. Uh, with their TMT hat, the money team, Floyd Mayweather's camp, where I used to work at his gym. And I told you the story before, but I got robbed, and I was so sick of it. I was so sick of being robbed because I didn't have a dog anymore. So I decided to take all my stuff and move into a storage unit. And I moved into a storage unit, and that's where I lived for about maybe close to 2 months. But while living there, they had a security roaming around the perimeter. So he saw me one time, and we got to talking, and we got to conversating about things, and he told me that he was a retired New York City police officer. I need to point that out because that's one of the leopards. And uh, he told me that he had picked a streetwalker, a street entertainer, and brought it into his house with his wife. Here, the two of them are right here. And he, she cleaned for them and whatever, and it worked fine. But then she left and she took one of his guns. I said, "Oh my God, she took one of your guns?" Yeah, she took one of my guns. I said, "Wow." I mean, he later got it back, and I don't know what happened to her, whatever. But the whole time he was talking about this ordeal, I'm thinking, wow, if he can pull a street entertainer like that, put in a home and have them help the elderly couple, well, shit, well, what they need is a good, strong buck like me, right? So, I kind of knew what it was I was trying to achieve was to find a place to live. And I knew the room was vacant now because the girl wasn't there no more. So anyway, it got to the point where, his wife also worked the security round, so I got to talk to them both. And uh, so they invited me to move in and help them, clean, walk the dog, and like almost like a housekeeper. And so I was cool with it because I was out of the storage unit. So anyway, so what happened was that uh, uh, in moving in, you know, uh, he was. Now I want to tell you what happened to him as a police officer. What happened is that he was involved in a police shooting where his partner was killed. And after shooting him, he ran over to his body because he said everything started flashing before his head. He said the family of the fallen police officer, their kids, the kind of guy he was, all was flowing through his head. And while it was flowing through his head, he was shooting them again. Pow, pow, pow. And he emptied his revolver into the suspect, who turned out to be Puerto Rican, if you want to know the color. And there was an investigation. And this was a time when police officers can be held accountable for excessive force or overshoot. They call it an overkill. They do an overkill. And he got called on the carpet about this overkill that he just did. And as much as he tried to say, no, it wasn't like that, it was. The evidence was obvious. I mean, you stood over him and kept shooting him till your revolver was empty. So it was an overkill. So they gave them an ultimatum, say, okay, look, you can take an early retirement, go away, we don't hear nothing else about you, or we're going to charge you. We're going to. So, of course, being of sound mind, he took the retirement. So anyway, so I'm living with the couple. The wife is, she wants to move too fast, and they had old cell phones. So I brought him into the 21st century by getting them iPhones, having them go buy iPhones. And then I showed him how to use them. His thing was that he wanted to see porn. I want to see porn. I want to see porn on my phone. So once I was able to show him how to get porn on his phone, then I was his everlasting buddy. So anyway, I'm living there. I'm taking care of dogs. Here I am with the dogs here, and I brought a girl home, and when I brought a girl home and we sit in the kitchen, he walks behind and put his hand on her back, and started. I said, "Yo, yo, 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 Johnny, Johnny, it's not that kind of a party, you know." So anyway, so I stayed for a while, but he couldn't help but to keep spying on me. I know he was spying on me. I know the wall for the bedroom got knocked down because they were making it a bigger area, so I ended up staying in the garage, which was fine. It had a nice couch and all that stuff. But I know that he was peeking through the hole in the wall, and he started stealing stuff from me. I couldn't understand why you stealing stuff from me. I had some of you expat members may know what a P-38 is. I had a P-38 from about 1975 or maybe 73 when I first joined. You know what I'm saying? And I had it with all those years. And we're talking about, this is like 2007, 2015 or something like that or whatever. And he stole it from me. And I couldn't understand, why he was, hell bent on stealing stuff from me. And he paid me to clean out his garage. I cleaned out his whole garage. I took out everything and sectioned it off. What is this? With this? With this? And when it came time to pay me, you know what he gave me? He gave me $5 flocking. I said, $5? Yeah, $5. I said, what the flock is this for? I said, Johnny, I cleaned this whole thing, and the best you can do is give me $5. So you know, I don't argue. It is what it is. Sometimes you have to accept people for who they are. So anyway, so that was one police officer. I knew he was a retired New York City police officer. Now understand, I'm from the '60s, '70s, '80s. I said I know New York City police officers. I know their mentality. I know, what they do, or what they want to do. I've been fortunate enough to avoid them because, as far as I'm concerned, you know, I'm not doing, I'm not pissing them off because I know they have the power. I comply, just that simple. If I get stopped by a police officer, first thing I do is put my right arm around the passenger seat and my other arm on the window like this, roll down. So this way, when they're approaching me, they see my hands. They see where my hand is. So I'm letting them know, look, man, I pose no threat. I'm complying. What do you want? Whatever you want, I'm going to give it to you, no problem. So I never had confrontation. Said no. I know my rights. Are like no. I never would ever go that far with a man with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Who has the power? So anyway, I ultimately end up leaving Las Vegas, coming to the Philippines. So I get to the Philippines, and lo and behold, I'm running in a circle now that has another retired New York City police officer. Now this guy was a character. He's still around. He had his finger shot off once when he put his hand up. And he used to tell me the stories. We would have debates on some of the crime that was going on, some of the shootings that were going on, or whatever. And naturally, he would always be on the side of the police officer, which is understand. Boys in blue stick together. But when we started talking, he wanted to always call me the N word. Yeah, this is my N word. Like this, and you know. I knew what he was about. He was still funny. You know what I'm saying? We still hung out. I'm not gonna. You can't hold people accountable for who they are once you know who they are. If you don't like who they are, then don't be around them. But if you accept them for who and what they are, then don't complain. just bite the bullet. So he would always talk loud, and and you know, listen, and uh, anyway, he's the guy who I have a bet with every vote Kamala Harris wins over Trump. He gives me $100, and every one that she loses, I'm not giving him 10 cents. We have this bet going on. Let's see what happens. But anyway, he's a guy. I enjoy him. I because we can have conversation about things, whether it be politics or whatever. We can have conversation. That's one of the good things about talking to foreigners, because you can get, especially from another country, you can get a different perspective of how they view us, and then you get some foreigners who probably wanted to ask the question but can never could ask the question, can ask it of me. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel no threat in the question. So it's always good, being around people. That's one of the reasons why I do my two activities with foreigners, because not only do I hear English nice, but I can have conversation. So anyway, that's another New York City police officer who I know. I know. He don't like black people. I know that he's probably done some atrocious things to them being a New York City police officer, just like Johnny. Johnny showed me this tool he has. It's like a blackjack, but it's like a little metal bar that have a ball on both ends, and uh, uh, although he called it like a blackjack, it was also known as my may not stick. You know, you know. So he said he always hit someone in the head with boom, and they would get this knot on their head that may not ever go away. That's why they call it a may not. Just like you watch uh, fighting, multiple fighting, whatever it is, and you see a guy get this knot on his head, you want to go, that may never go away. It may not. I may not, but may never go away. So anyway, so um, now I'm involved. That's two New York City retired police officers. Now I'm involved with another New York City retired police officer, him and his wife. So I already know, I already know how he feels about me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you know, um, uh, we were talking at a table or whatever, at the table where we're sitting, and we were talking about Haitians eating pets and all this stuff like this. And I was telling the other guy, I said, man, it's not true. Yes, it is. It's true. It's true. And you see, there are some guys who have that anger inside them, who so desperately want to stick up for the craziness was happening. So right then and there, I knew that this is not a guy you want to talk to about anything that is sane, because he already had his indoctrination. So anyway, the other day, you know, uh, you know, uh, see him. I said hello. He said hello. So we're sitting at the table, and we play this game with cards or whatever, and we talking about the best hands and the worst hands. We're talking to the table, right? And so next thing you know, ace three he had in his hand. So we all start saying that you don't want to keep ace three, because the only way you're gonna lose is unless someone has ace deuce. I mean, their high card is a deuce, and that's the possibility is that astronomical, because any card higher than a three, if someone else has an ace, will beat you. And so I happen to say, yeah, man, that's not a good hand. And he snaps. He said, no one's talking to you. I said, what do you mean no one's talking to me, man? I said, well, what's wrong with you? I'm talking to the table. He's talking about card table. He said, look, dude. I said, dude. I said, my name's not dude. My name is Gerard. He said, I call you dude. I said, "Oh, now you're going to disrespect me." He said, "I don't respect you." He said, "I don't even like you, and you don't exist." He said, "Stop trying to get me to say hello to you because I don't want to. If you don't like it, we can go out to the parking lot right now." I'm saying, "Wow, where all this come from?" My dude, my retired New York City police officer. Maybe he did not like the fact that I'm sitting at the table with bling bling on and all this stuff. This that represents the stereotype that he used to attack or bully or push around. Or maybe he resent the fact that his girl may think I got a nice swag about me or whatever, and he would go home and they would blah, he was just throw all on black people or whatever, like that, which is human nature. That's what he do because for someone not to like you, who doesn't know anything about you, you just don't like you because the other person likes you because what the other person told you, and But anyway, and so I'm thinking, it won't be a fair fight. It won't be a fair fight because you know why? Because my hands are not handcuffed behind my back. And you ain't got three or four other of your partners around you. And I'm damn sure not gonna run away so you can shoot me in the back, because that's what you want to do. That's what you're used to doing. That's who you are, you know. For someone to tell you, "Oh, and you don't exist to me," you can't get any more vile than that. Like, where's this coming from? It's coming from a deep down hatred inside that person, man. I don't know why God would put such hatred on someone's heart against someone else. That's why I couldn't understand when I was young. How could I always ask the question, how can someone hate you for three things that you have no control over? The color of your skin, where you were born, and there was something else. But anyway, why? How can someone hate you for that? The fact that you wanted the man that the Haitians are eating cats and the dogs. Don't you realize that's a racist, thing, or a racist, mean that was put up by Aryan Nation, white supremacists. Don't you understand? You agreeing with them makes you, a white supremacist to an extent. Aren't you aware of that? It's been proven that's not true, but you still want to hang on to it. It's true. So anyway, I know me personally. You know, uh, uh, I know I don't want to be involved in that. I don't want to be. The whole atmosphere has changed. You know, one guy probably want to call me a mook. I say something, nobody replies. It's like silence. It's like just all of you. Not all of you. There's some good guys there, but you can tell it's changed because they decide to cling in this direction instead of clinging, moving to the center and just saying, "Man, we're just all here to play cards." But anyway, that's another leopard, a New York City police officer that will never change his spots. Yeah. I mean, why? I don't know. Maybe his girl likes me. I don't know. Whatever the reason might be. But anyway, be that as it may, this is Gerard Black of the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the help and always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, formerly singing the Temptation One song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king and never say no. Like last night. Come here, Mia. Let me bring the sunshine of my life in. Come on this side. I was hesitating about to put something so beautiful and so gracious and so heavenly on this because I bet you think I'm talking about you. This is my sunshine. Hello, Duchess. Yeah. Say hello. Say hello. Say to Daddy's blogger. Say hello. Hello, baby. I love you. I love you. Mm. Yeah, you see? Okay, say hello, Mia. Say hello. No, show all of you. Yeah,
Hello.
okay. She's wearing my kind of uniform, no bra. So anyway, all right, so I'll talk to you later. Hope you enjoyed this video. And remember, levels don't change, just spots. Okay? I love you like a love song, baby. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Hindi na dito.
Oh, oh,